I am so scared of that shit. So I couldn't, again, talking about my sleep problems. I'm talking, my wife's on the phone with her old boss in Los Angeles. He started a company selling edibles, you know, but medicinal stuff. And it got real big. He's got ice cream. He's got all this shit.
It's huge.
So he says to my wife on the phone, tell Nick I'm going to send him some, product to help his sleep problems. And he didn't even send me his product. He sent me his competition's product. I don't know why. So he sends me, like a brownie and a couple other things. And he goes, tell him to take like a quarter of the brownie. Then he calls back like 5 minutes. He goes, wait a minute. He hasn't smoked the joint since 1992. Tell him to take like an eighth of the, So I just break off a corner of this thing and I eat it. And I go downstairs and I'm laying there and like a typical rookie, I go, I'm not feeling anything after like 33 minutes instead of waiting. So I go back upstairs and take a bite like it's a fucking Three Musketeers. No, I took another little chunk and I eat that. And then I go back downstairs. I'm laying on my couch and I'm waiting for now I'm haunting myself. I'm already in my own head. And I'm watching my flat screen TV, which is about 51 inches. All of a sudden that turned into a 13-inch black and white TV. It seemed like the sounds felt like it was a mile away. It was really weird. I get nervous. I start sweating. I shut the TV off. I start to go upstairs, and I go, should I go up to my wife's up in her bedroom? I go, I can't do this. She'll think I'm a big girl. So I go and lay in a dark guest bedroom, and I'm staring at the red clock radio lights. And I'm freaking the fuck out. I'm like, Jesus, should I tell her? Should I? So I walk upstairs. I walk in. She knew I had taken the stuff. She goes, how's it going? I go, not too fucking good. Move over. Like a little kid. I get in bed with her. I'm holding her hand. But she's a woman now. She's not my wife. I'm like emotionally distant. I'm in a house and it doesn't feel like mine. I was having like an acid effect on me. And again, you got to remember, this is an edible, and they're much stronger from it. They give this shit to kids with cancer. I haven't had a joint in 20 years. Let me try that. And so I'm sitting there, I'm talking to my wife, but she just feels like a girl. I don't have any relationship with her, and the house is a house, but it's not mine. She puts on a Bob Newhart rerun. Now I'm in 1974. I'm not making the shit up. I'm panicking. She's laughing at me. And so I lay back and I put my thumb and my index finger on the bridge of my nose. You know how you do that when you rest? And it felt like my fingers were sinking into my brain.
Jesus.
That's like, and I told Colin Quinn, who's done all this shit back in the day, and he goes, he said it was like, that's like when you do acid. I couldn't even handle it. And that's only one of my pot stories. Let's go to Marty, line 4. He's got an opinion about mushrooms. Marty, what's going on?
Hey, how are you? Hey, what it was is back in the day we used to make mushroom tea, boil it down, and then, kind of tea. What we did is take Kool-Aid and sugar, mix it in, and drink it.
Mushroom tea.
You got high. Yeah, and you got high, and it was fun as shit.
What? Okay, but what happened after you drank the tea? You start giggling and shit?
Oh, yeah. You have a great time.
Why don't we hand that out to my comedy club audiences? You have a great time. You didn't throw up, huh?
No, but the guy that's with you that said that you have to have the right frame of mind before you take it.
Well,
right.
I got to get in a mushroom frame of mind.
No, mushrooms are a lot
Thanks
less.
for the call, Marty. I appreciate it.
Mushrooms, my buddy now grows his own mushrooms, and he breaks them down to the dust in a little pill format. 2 little capsules. You pop those, drink a beer, you're giggling for 8 hours. It's the most fun ever.
But visually, does anything change?
No.
So what are you giggling at? I don't get it.
It's fun. Your body feels good. You're laughing. You're just laughing at each other. You've never had the best time in your life. It's bullshitting around with your buddies, and it's just fun.
Mushrooms are great.
Yeah.
No
friend
fucking way.
knows. I'm telling you. I'll get you a couple capsules.
I guarantee somebody will call in and said that they threw up at least once on mushrooms.
Well, I'm not denying that.
I heard it from everybody in high school. I saw something on TV, one of the shows, somebody did mushrooms, but...
now, if we've refined the science down, they know what they're doing now.
No, you're right, but I couldn't handle, and I'll tell another pot story that happened to me in the 80s, man. Rasta pasta. You ever heard of Rasta pasta?
It sounds familiar.
Yeah. Well, I go to a nightclub with my buddies, and it was in walking distance of our apartment. I leave early. I'm not having that good a time. I go home. I go in the fridge. I'm drunk. I open the fridge. There's a pot of spaghetti. and a pot of tomato sauce.
Oh, no.
I eat enough, and I'm not shitting you. I ate enough, I'd say, I'm not shitting you, for at least 5 people. I must have ate 3/4 of a pound of pasta because I'm drunk and, I'm going to work out the next day. I lay down. I wake up, I'd say, an hour and a half later. My ears, there was like a train whistle. I go, what the fuck? I sit up. I go in the bathroom. I am bright white. I'm sweating like a... They come in the house, right? I go run back in my bedroom because I don't want them to know. I hear this. I'm laying on the bed. I'm freaking out. I hear my roommates go. I hear them in the same. Oh, fuck. He ate the sauce is gone. He ate the whole fucking thing. So I get up and I...
Last thing you want to hear.
They come down the hall. They're standing in my doorway now and they're talking to me, but they sound like they're a mile and a half away. Their voices, again, I am fucking gone. They said they ate this much. They ate like They ate like 3 tablespoons each. They were high all night at the dance club. I was so fucked up, dude. It was 10, 12 days later. My ears were still kind of funny. We're watching the Super Bowl. I still didn't feel right. I remember. You can't tell me I didn't do a little damage. I had to do a little bit of damage because orally it's way stronger, right? I was fucking overdosing on THC, whatever the active ingredient is. But
you're fine.
No, I'm fine. Look at me, 55 and fucking.
You look great.
I'm hanging in there. But I never did any mushrooms. That's why. Oh, I wanted to ask. This girl thought I had
fibromyalgia.
Yeah. Oh, she dumped off. Let's go to Ryan. Ryan in New York.
So about like 10 years ago, I worked for a restaurant chain as a morning cook, and the chain would hire people with special needs or something along those lines to come in and do like the janitorial work, mop the floors and stuff. There was a guy that was the morning guy that would mop the floors and clean stuff up.
Yep.
And one day he was wearing an Iron Maiden shirt, and so over time we kind of got to know each other, found out that I was a musician. And one day I asked him, I said, well, do you play any instrument? He said, yeah, I mostly play keyboards and just scary voices. And so that was what kind of triggered me. I thought, okay, this guy's a little weird. Well, I noticed he was missing his ring finger. And I asked him one day, I said, what happened? How'd you lose your finger? And he said that he did acid one night with a guy who was also missing his finger, and he thought that he wanted to know what it was like to not have a finger, and he cut it off with a pair of pruning shears.
Another reason to do LSD, ladies and gentlemen.
Right. Yeah, that was enough for me to never want to try it, man.
Jesus Christ. That's what I'm talking about. Thanks for the call. Holy, I notice you have one testicle. Yeah, hand me that sport.
It could have been so much worse.
What the fuck? This is what I'm talking about, guys. How do you get in the frame confident enough to... And then you got I know these stories, and Bill Hicks actually does this, but you got the guy, there's always somebody who thinks they can fly. I don't know. I'm a real chicken ass. And I think it would help me, open me up creatively. But again, at this age, what am I going to do? Fucking learn to play bass? Fucking... let's go. Here's my other problem with the call-in things. Does anybody... Are we going backwards technology-wise? Can everybody sign...
Yeah,
huh?
No Bluetooth, no speakerphone.
I'm just saying a regular land. I'm not expecting them to call it a landline because we live in a, obviously a mobile world. But I'm just saying we're going back technology-wise. If you listen to radio and take calls, you could hear everything crystal clear. Now sounds like everybody's strapped to the roof of their car on a highway doing. Let's go to Daniel. I can't. That was Danielle. My glasses. Daniel in Alabama. He tried mushrooms.
Dude, please try mushrooms. Please try mushrooms on the air just one time.
Oh, sure, Daniel. I'll do that right away.
No, I swear to God, dude, it's not. It's fun. It's.
I'm with you. I'm with Daniel.
Dude, my wife. I talked my wife into doing it. A couple of years ago.
She's in a shelter now.
No, dude, we lived on the middle of 5 acres. My family owned the 300 that surrounded it, so we cut off every light that we could. There's no light visible anywhere. We went outside on my kid's trampoline. We ate some mushrooms outside on my kid's trampoline. Dude, it's the fucking coolest.
I saw you on Funniest Home Videos.
No, dude.
She's in a wheelchair, your wife, right?
Was she what?
She's in a wheelchair now, isn't she?
No. Dude, she saw a fucking lightning bug. You would have thought she discovered fire. She was so motherfucking happy. Dude, it's perfect. It's perfect. The reason that you freaked out so bad for the edible thing, whenever you cook marijuana, it changes chemically it changes.
Right.
When you cook marijuana and actually put it in an edible, it's 4 times more psychoactive than it is when you just smoke it. So
Oh, my
what you
God.
did, eating an edible is completely different.
Oh,
than
my
just
God.
smoking.
Can
I
you?
swear, that's
I know that makes perfect sense, Dan. I'm just saying. Can you imagine? And I hadn't smoked a joint since the '90s, and here I am chomping on it.
Oh my God, dude!
And of course, I give it to Kurt. Thanks for the call, Dan. I appreciate it. That was great. I give it to Kurt Metzger. Because I had the whole candy bar left. He like tweeted me a couple days ago. Yeah, it was pretty good shit.
He's a vet.
I go, what do you mean? He goes, yeah, it was not a bad. I go, you shitting me? Crazy. Let's go to Keith in New York. Hallucination.
Hey, what's happening?
What's up, Keith?
What's happening? I had my little dabble with shrooms and LSD. LSD is definitely a little more potent, and you get the more psychological effects from it. The first time I did it, I was 13 stories up. This was in college, and
you in college at 13?
No, 13 floors up.
Oh.
So what they did, my buddies, we were all tripping out. My buddies opened the window.
Yeah.
And I just backed up. I'm like, yeah, I know I can't fly. So it depends on the person too, because I've heard people with bad, having bad acid trips and stuff like that. I always when I only did it a few times in college, and the shrooms I did after college, which was a lot more milder. It's not that bad. It's pretty cool, but that was back in the old days. I'm too old to be doing that stuff now.
Yeah, no.
But it's always the mindset thing, and people are like, oh my God, I can't deal with this. And it's like, and I hallucinate off LSD, but never like anything bad or anything like that, So.
Yeah. Well, appreciate it, man. Thanks for the call. I just can't imagine because you're not in control when you take that shit, and. The mushroom things, you said you giggle and shit, but there's no visual effects and
it depends on what kind of strain you're taking. There's all sorts of factors that go into it. I mean, my buddy knows what he's doing. Like I said, he's got it down to a science now. He's got the perfect dosage amount.
Are you hanging out with Walter White?
He's a Walter White of mushrooms.
Yeah, Nick, take that. Take a mushroom. Oh.
No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, not this fucking time. No fucking way, no fucking way, no fucking way, no fucking way, mate.
Just say no. That's what I do. Look at everybody that's tried it. And I know, I know a lot of girls that try it and shit. And I'm like, really? It must be a real... But if you met that Mike guy, that might change your mind, too.
Yeah.
He was like a world-class guitarist. I bet you he can still play, too.
I've seen some bad ones at concerts, people going down.
Really?
Down for the count. It is scary. Yeah, but like I said, I won't do it anymore.
Yeah. How about, let's go to Keith in San Francisco, his buddy. Keith, go ahead.
How you guys doing? Love your new show, man.
Thank you.
Hey, so buddy of mine, we were all up in the mountains camping, and my buddy decided it would be a great idea to take mushrooms. And so it started to kick in, and you could tell he was all fucked up, and he was like constantly holding his shit really tight, like clothes and stuff. And then he decides, you know what? I'm gonna fucking throw my clothes in the fire, meaning mine. So he throws them in there, and he's like. Everybody starts laughing. He's like, dude, aren't you pissed off? I'm like, why would I be pissed off? You threw your own clothes in the fire, not mine.
And you were both on mushroom?
No, I wasn't on mushrooms. He was. And I was just like, I saw him go for his own clothes, and I figured, fuck it, they're his clothes, not mine.
There you go.
Fucking idiot.
See what I'm saying? Hey, thanks for the call. That's what I'm talking about.
I think the guy just needs better friends.
Yeah, exactly. I like to see the clothes. It was San Francisco. It was probably a smock and a fucking... something with a peace sign, a pair of leather chaps. But look at everybody that's tried this shit.
You're in the minority, bro.
I am in the minority, but look, I did the stuff you're supposed to be doing in the 80s, the cocaine, and it's what the girls wanted. You know?
You're not wrong.
And I didn't do much of that either, though. You know why? Because coming down off that shit.
Yeah.
You're having such a great time, but then holy moly, is that a bummer. And the grinding of the teeth and the... But boy, the girls get horny on that shit. You know, that's why I used to carry a stash right in my tuxedo when I'd go dancing. Another tuxedo. I'd have an 8-ball right into my cummerbund. Connor in Michigan had a bad experience. He had a great acid experience, though. But go ahead, Connor.
What's up, man?
How you doing? You had a good experience on LSD, did you?
Yeah, every time I've done acid, I've had a really good experience. But I did mushrooms in my buddy's basement. It was like 5 of us. This is like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And yeah, my one friend, he always throws up. So he was throwing up in the bathroom. My other friend went upstairs and laid in his bed, had to go talk to his mom. I got left down in the basement.
Had to go talk to his mom.
And I was, no, seriously, man. He like went upstairs and his mom had to like go into his room and he was like, "Oh, freaking fuck out." And then I was in the basement and I tried to go to sleep. And like the one thing you should never try to do is go to sleep when you're on mushrooms, man. Like never. You got to ride that shit out. So, I close my eyes. What feels like about 4 hours ends up being 15 minutes. Wake up and totally convinced that I'm gay. Try to fall back. And
woke up in another guy's ass. That had something to do.
Wake up again. Yeah, right. You know what I mean? But no, it's fucking weird, man.
All right. Hey, Connor.
I don't fuck with mushrooms anymore.
I can see why. Thanks for the call, buddy. Yeah, well, that's that. When we come back, we'll clear the lines. I want to talk about Harvard. Black Harvard students had their own graduation, and again, we're regressing as far as that goes. Segregation's coming back. It's very, very weird. We'll hit that with Caitlyn Jenner. Something happened to her in London last week. All that stuff right ahead on the Nick DiBello Show. Back after this.